Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's been so long since I've done a YouTube video. I'm sorry for the little hiatus. Between COVID and not really having much to do, and between just a whole bunch of things going on in my life, I have not had the chance to sit down and do a sit down video. So this video I'm going to do a little gear show and tell on my new service dog cape, as well as give a little bit of a life update at the end, because this is going to be a fast one. The reason I did not do a gear actual unboxing like I normally do is I'll just explain it at the end. So stay tuned. Something traumatic happened and I want to explain. And I got the gear on the same day of the trauma. And I was just like, you know what? Sometimes I just have to do things for me and open it to make myself feel better. So that's what I did.
Speaking my heart like it really is, 'cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
I do have a new microphone, so I hope the audio is good. I will try and post maybe different, like my normal camera audio that I've been filming on to my and show the difference with this new microphone I got. Different, like my normal camera audio that I've been filming on to my and show the difference with this new microphone I got, to hopefully see. I got it for Christmas and I love it. I got it today and I'm so excited to be filming. To hopefully see. I got it for Christmas and I love it. I got it today and I'm so excited to be filming on it and to see how it works. So I hope the audio sounds good. Thankfully in my editor, if it's too quiet or too loud, I can adjust the volume. So we'll see. I'm excited to try it out. So with further ado, let's get to my gear show and tell. This is, as always, from the incredible Pup Accessories. I love her gear. So are you ready? So my dog's a golden doodle. So you know what a golden doodle needs? A snickerdoodle cape. Look how incredible it is. So I will talk about it. So when we're in public, everybody always says, oh, it looks like you have a snickerdoodle. And I think it's because he's a doodle. Hat just has to come over and join the video. He's like, Mom, the setup's different than you normally do. Hi, big boy. Okay, can we? Thank you. And so everyone always says, it looks like you have a snickerdoodle, and I think it's between his coloring and between him being a doodle. It is going to focus on his face. Sorry about that. There, he's going to go to bed. Good night. He's so cute. He's the cutest dog. Okay, anyway, so everybody always says that. So I was like, that is a great idea for a cape because it's a play on words, a play on his color, plus it's my favorite cookie, so why not? So for this cape, on the side, it says, service snickerdoodle, be a good cookie, ignore me. Get it, cookie, because snickerdoodles are cookies. And then same on the other side, like my normal capes, I like the same thing said on both sides. And then the back is the recipe to snickerdoodle cookies, which I think is adorable. It's my recipe, my favorite recipe. I had her put on there with a little wooden spoon, a little, you know, bowl with some cookie dough in it, and of course some snickerdoodles here. It's adorable. I've been loving her advanced embroidery gear. Like, it's my favorite thing ever from her. That's how come this is my third advanced embroidery gear, and the rest are patches, which I still like for like Disney and things like that. Patches make more sense, but I have been obsessed with her gear, with her embroidery. She does advanced embroidery. She's one of the rarer makers that do advanced, and her advanced embroidery is just so beautiful. Of course, I had it, the background color is like this light brown. Let's do another close-up. It's like light brown, and then the dark brown for the webbing around it, because that's kind of the color of snickerdoodles, and it matches the Bridgeport harness that it kind of goes with. And I also made a pull strap for it. I should have got it down to show you guys, but it's way up there. Anyway, so I love it. I just did the black buckle on this one because it goes more with the colors than like gold or silver, I feel like. But she did add on her logo on the black buckles. Can't talk today. which I absolutely love because when I got my first cape from her, which didn't have hardware on it, it just had black buckles, she didn't have that yet. So it wasn't like, it didn't have her logo on it, but now she does, which is incredible. So I love it. He's already worn it out a couple times, and I absolutely love this cape. It also matches his collar because his collar is brown, so I love it so much. So let's give a little bit of a life update. Lydia, why didn't you do an unboxing? You normally do. Of course, she also sent me her business cards and her noises. And the milk bone biscuits she always sends, with her stuff. So I love it. But so the day I got this, my service dog Patches was attacked. So let's talk about that. This is not a clickbait title because I'll probably have something to the effect of new service dog show and tell, and my service dog got attacked or something along those lines. So let's talk about what happened. We were at the park going on a walk like we do every day and have every day for the last 5 years, and someone let their aggressive dog off leash. So their aggressive dog came, and I'm going to put a trigger warning. This part is going to have pictures. I'll have a timestamp so when I stop showing the pictures, and just talk about it. But I'll probably, we'll put some pictures right around here because you can see what I'm talking about. But he was attacked. The dog ran over to him. He was just chewing on his ball next to me. And the dog ran over to him and bit his neck, around his neck. He pinned him down, got over him, and was aggressively biting his neck. And you know how dogs shake their head with a toy, which is normal to do with a toy. That dog was doing that to my dog's neck right at the skin part. He was grabbing it and shaking it and grabbing the back of his neck and shaking it. Of course, my dog was trying to get away and couldn't, so I don't cuss. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to cuss. I'll just say the first letter. But I yelled out, get your effing dog off my dog. Your dog's effing attacking my service dog right now. And so they eventually went to their dog. They had to yank him up. And then I grabbed my dog and, checked him over for any other further injuries. At the time, he didn't bleed right away, and he was muddy from being wrestled into the grass. Then all I could see on him was mud, so I was checking him for any hurt bones or anything like that. And he seemed fine physically until I saw the blood. So the dog punctured his neck. He had a big gash right here, and then he had a couple on the back of his neck. And of course, we rushed him to the vet as soon as we took him home so he could get a drink of water and settle down, because as you can imagine, he was a little stressed. He wasn't too bad though. I'm sure he was terrified. This big lab pit bull mix, it was a big dog. It was at least my dog's size, if not bigger, was at his neck. Oh, good. Sorry. I had to check, make sure my microphone was still recording. So I'm sure it was terrifying to my dog. This big dog was at my dog's throat. I'm sure that had to have been terrifying. But he was panting, but he wasn't really too stressed. He was panting, but he didn't seem too shooken up. But I did want to take him home so I could calm down. As you can imagine, I was having a panic attack. He was a little stressed. We needed to chillax. So he didn't have at first any physical injuries. I wanted to wash the blood away the dirt away so I could see if there was injuries, which there were. So we rushed him. After that, we rushed him to the vet. She shaved the spots where he was physically bleeding, and he had pretty good gashes. He didn't need stitches, but he did have pretty good gashes in his neck. So she gave him an antibiotic and a pain medicine because he was clearly in pain. Physically, bruises, all the stuff. So thankfully, my dog is such a stable dog that he's 100% okay. He's been out working now. I kept him home. We stayed home together for a week and a half because we didn't want, to put anything on him with his marks, and we wanted him to relax and heal up. And now he's completely fine. The ones on his neck are almost gone. He has one more on the back of his neck, and the one on his throat is almost gone. We've seen dogs since, and he's his happy, playful self, except when he's working, where he ignores them still. So he's completely 110% okay. So no one worry about him. He's fine. He's capable to work still. It was terrifying. As a handler, my first thought was, oh my God, that dog's going to kill my dog, because that's what it looked like. I don't know how he got away with only the few gashes on his neck, puncture wounds, because it was terrifying. It looked like the dog was trying to come out. It did. Aggressive dogs go at the throat and neck because those are the kill points. So it was terrifying. But so my first thought was, oh my God, that dog's going to kill my dog. And then once I got my dog and didn't see any blood right away, I was like, okay, he's okay. There's no chunks of skin hanging off my dog. Then it was, oh my God, is this going to retire my dog early? Like, I hadn't planned for him retiring early. So it was, sorry, just thinking about it, I'm getting stressed and a little shaky. So I'm not going to talk on it too much longer. It was terrifying. I just wanted to tell you guys what was going on a little bit, because I know I haven't seen you guys in a while. He's completely fine. This happened like 2 weeks ago, and he's completely 110% okay. But I got this the same day as that. So I was like, I just need to relax and open it and enjoy something for a second. I'm still recovering physically, mentally, like every way from this. Don't let your aggressive dogs off leash. It's not very cool. But on to happier news. Because of this whole situation, I think I am going to get a new prospect faster than I had planned. And it's not anything to do with my dog. He's still going to work for 5 more years at least. I've always planned, as you guys know, I've always planned to retire him at 10 to 10 and a half, depending on how the phase out process goes. Just because I want him to have a full retirement. I don't want to work him until 11 and then he dies at, 11 and a half, and he only had 6 months of retirement. I want him to have a full retirement. Even though he loves working, I do want him to learn to love retirement and just lounging around being an old dog. So that's always been my plan. So that is still my plan. But because of this incident, I have decided to go ahead and probably get a prospect in this year, in 2022. I'm hoping for more like a summer puppy, just after summer kind of time frame. It could happen sooner, it could happen later, it depends. I think I've already found the breeder I want to go with. I'm hoping for a girl named Lucy Lue, but we'll see. I will do a gender reveal because I'll do it like Patches. Patches, I've talked about this a million times, but I held all the boys because I knew I wanted a boy. But this time I'm not going to specify gender. I'm going to say I would prefer a girl, but like if I bond more to a boy again, then I will do a boy. So it depends. It could change. But I'm hoping for a girl. And she is going to be a Parti standard poodle, probably, because, again, I think I've already found the breeder, and that's what she breeds. It's an American Kennel Club standard poodle. She does early neurological stimulation training and all the great things his breeder did. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've talked about early neurological stimulation training. Maybe I'll link it. Maybe I won't. It kind of depends because I don't know if I could find that video, but I know I've talked about it before. Anyway, so the reason I have decided to probably get her this year is for a couple reasons. One, my dog will have a dog to play with because I don't know any real dogs he can just go play with daily. And he needs that. And I can't trust other dogs. And I've learned my lesson. And I wasn't going to say this, but I'm just going to say it. Hate me all you want. It was at a dog park. It was a dog park I trusted. It wasn't fenced. I thought, if a dog tried to attack my dog would just run off. He couldn't. I didn't think about the fact he could get pinned down. My dog doesn't normally pay attention to dogs at dog parks, really. Like, he'll say hi to his friends or he'll say hi to a dog if I tell him he can. But really, he wants his tennis ball, and that's about it. But he needs dog-on-dog interaction, and I don't know a dog that he can get that with, especially daily. And so that's one of the reasons I have decided to get a prospect sooner. But then, Lydia, why don't you just get a pet? In 3 years' time, I would be looking for a prospect anyway, and really that would be cramming in training, cramming in everything before I plan to retire my dog. And I think this way I'll feel like she'll be part of our team, like I will puppy raise until 1, and then I'll start her service dog training. She can't start mobility training until 2 anyway, which would put Patches around 8, 9-ish when she could start that. And so he would probably be 9 by the time she was really fully trained as a service dog and as with all the tasks and everything like that. So she would be fully trained at least a year to a year and a half before he retired, which would mean that in that time frame, she would be a backup service dog. If he's sick, I could bring her out instead. If he's got another injury or has anything, I would have her as a backup if anything like this happened again. Because let's be honest, as service dog handlers, every time we walk into Walmart, we're worried about those aggressive off-leash dogs that can come at our dogs. If anything happened and he couldn't work because of mental or physical injury or anything like that, I would have a backup. And so that is why I've decided, instead of getting it at 8 like I've been preaching all this time, when Patches is 8, I have decided to start going to the process to get a prospect. It could be a friend for Patches at first, and then, well, always, but especially at first, for the first year. And then it would be a service dog for me. And it would be an easier transition for me, especially since I am autistic, so going through changes are really hard. It would be an easier transition to go from one dog. I'm sorry, my lungs are getting tight. That's also why I don't do videos much, is because it's a lot on my airways and anxiety and everything. But it'd be going from one dog to the next, and so it would feel more like she was part of our team. I've already been going out with her. We already have a working relationship. We already have the movement, we go together. I know, I'm already calling her. I'm really hoping it's a girl. A girl and a boy dog. I would just be so happy. My poodles. I know Patches is an F1B golden doodle, but close enough. He's really what made me learn that I love poodles. So I'm getting, and it's nothing with the breed, or, I know he's a mix, but it's nothing with his mix. I love F1B golden doodles too. I just think getting a standard poodle that's a registered purebred would be so much fun, and I love the breed standard poodle, so why not just get a standard poodle? So that is what I'm getting. It's nothing to do with these doodle haters. Like, I still love my doodle. I still advocate that, yes, there is such a thing as a reputable doodle breeder, even though rare, which I always admit all the time, it is rare. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, just like backyard bred poodle breeders exist. Backyard bred or good golden doodle breeders exist. So anyway, I digress on that. It's nothing to do with the doodle hate. If I thought I was meant to be with another doodle, I would go with another doodle. But I really think this time I am meant to be with a standard poodle. That's a Parti poodle. I've already found the breeder I think I'm going to go with. I'm pretty like 99.99.99.99% I'm going to go with her. So with all that said, so that is kind of a life update, service dog edition, I guess, because it's not all what's going on in my life, of course, but and testing out my new microphone. So yeah, that's my little update. Of course, if I get a new puppy this year, which I'm thinking is going to be this year, I will be posting puppy content. I have also started breeding. I'm tired. I have also started grooming my own dog, which I'm very excited about. It's really hard on me because of my health and because of my disabilities. It's really hard to groom him, but I do it within a span of like 2 or 3 days that I can groom him. And so if I get better, because right now it's a little rough. Like, I think he's cute, but it needs practice. I'm not gonna lie. But if I get better, then I will probably do a grooming video too on how I groom my golden doodle and eventually poodle. I had to start doing that though, because grooming is so expensive for poodles, and it keeps going up. Like, it started at $65 and it's already up to $89. So it's going up. And if I get 2 of these dogs, which I need poodles because of my lungs and my disabilities, mobility, lungs, all these things, I need a poodle. But you don't need to use a poodle for mobility, but because of my lungs, I do, and they're big enough for it. So that's one of the reasons. But I need to groom them myself because I cannot spend $200 a month on grooming dogs. And that would save me so much money. So I'm going to groom it myself. So I've been practicing so that way I can get really good with it with Patches. Poor Patches, he's the first service dog, so he's having to go through all the first with me. But he does great. He's amazing with handling and grooming and all that stuff. He does really, really good. But I haven't done his Dremel to his nails yet. I have my nail Dremel here, actually. So I'm going to do that today because, again, I kind of spread it out because of my disabilities. I can't just sit down and do it in one span of time. But yeah, so I think that's about it. When I get her, obviously, I'll make a lot of puppy videos. Like, it'll be so cute. I'll be able to start, again, with a puppy. Like, you guys haven't seen a puppy on my channel for 5 years. So you get to see Patches in her play and Patches in her do dog things together, and of course service dog and training content. And I don't know if I'll do a coming home video. I've been thinking about it like I did with Patches. I did a whole coming home thing. But with her, since I will have Patches with me because of obvious reasons, and I'll have to drive a lot farther than I did to pick up Patches to pick up her. And I drove it was an all-day process to pick up Patches, and it'll probably be longer to pick up her, although I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do a video because I'll be trying to, socialize her on Patches in the car on the way home and handle her. So it'll be a lot more going on. It'll be like your second child instead of your first. The first child, you can do all these things. The second one, you're like, okay, well, now I have 2 kids to worry about. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. Of course, I'll I'll take pictures, I'm sure. So if anything, I'll probably do a video with pictures of her. And maybe like a short clip. That was kind of what I did with Patches anyway. I did like a montage there, and then once I got him, I did like 1 clip of him, and then that was it. So I might do something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really into montages like I was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was still new to YouTube, so I was really into like montages and putting it to music. But I'm not like that anymore, so I'm kind of like, I don't really think I just want to do a montage. But I might just do short clips and make a TikTok and then post the TikTok to my YouTube or something. We shall see in due time. I hope I used due time right. Anyway, so that's kind of an update. Don't bash me on my dog and dog parks. Yes, I have learned my lesson. I know now never to take a service dog to a dog park, or really any dog. People used to always tell me how bad they were. Not people, but like I would see trainers be like, don't do dog parks. But I was like, I trusted mine. Most of the time my dog was the only dog there with the times I go, as well as maybe once in a while his friends that we know. So I trusted it. I thought it was to be trusted because we've gone there 5 years. Nothing happens. But I know now it only takes one time. I have learned my lesson. I'm thankful enough that I do have a small yard. And so when I get the new dog, they can run out there. And the dog park I used to go to has a small puppy pen, and no one's supposed to, no one does go in there without asking because of the fact puppies go in there who are, puppies and learning, as well as people bring the good aggressive dog owners will bring their aggressive dogs in there so they can run without being with the other dogs. So it's like, it isolates them, or small dogs go in there, so it isolates the dog. And so no one goes in there without asking, which that's why I used to take Patches as a puppy, so I know no one goes in there without asking. And if they do, you can stop them and be like, wait, I'll get my dogs out before you come in here. And so I can take them to that pen. It's smaller than where Patches could just run free and go swimming and do all the things, but it's better than nothing. They can run around in there. I have their little lunge whip that they'll be able to play with, as well as I am lucky enough to have my own little yard, and so they will be able to run out there together and run in here together, and play. But I just think it'll be easier if I have 2 dogs. One, because he'll have a dog around all the time that he can get along with and play with and sleep next to, and he'll be the cutest big brother, let's be honest. He'll be able to teach it all his good habits and stuff. And so I'll have that, as well as, again, she'll be a backup service dog, so if anything does happen again, or, she'll be fully trained around 4, which is a year younger than Patches, when Patches is, like, retiring or about to retire, depending on if I get her. If I get her sooner, then he'll be about 9, but again, or no, she'll be about 5, he'll be about 9, or something, I don't know. Anyway, but again, then she would just be a backup service dog, So she would be Patches' age by the time Patches retired if I got her sooner than, Patches' next birthday. So we'll see. He's 5.5. He's actually just like 5.5. So if I got her in 6 months, he'd be about 6. If I got her a little sooner, then he would be a few months younger. But yeah, so I think that's it. I think there's just so many good reasons to why I should get a Prospect now as a backup service dog, as a dog just to have around. I love poodles, so I'm really excited. I probably won't be able to film here much longer because when I get her, I'm gonna move this gear wall probably. I can't put it in the bedroom. I might just move it up higher because her kennel's gonna go here and it'll go out to this wall right here. It'll take up this whole space right up to the edge of this. I know you can't see, but like right up to the edge of that wall. So her kennel will go here since his is in there. And so I won't be able to film here anymore. So I'll probably have to film like in front of my couch, or maybe at Patches' little spot over there, because his kennel is in my room, but his bed is over there. So I could just sit on his bed and film or something. I don't know. But I won't be able to film in front of the gear wall once she's here. But obviously puppies are more important, so sorry YouTube, it's gonna change. But yeah, anyway, again, I don't want to hear your hate about dog parks because I have learned my lesson and I'm educating everyone else. Please, whatever you do, don't take your dog to a dog park. Even if you think you know it so well. I know it's hard because our dogs have to be socialized. And if you don't know a dog to socialize them with daily or regularly, it's hard. And puppy play groups don't really do anything because it doesn't teach the puppy dog body language because they're all learning dog body language and there's no adult dog to teach it if it's just puppies. So it's really hard to figure out how to socialize without putting your dog in danger of having to interact with strange dogs, especially if you don't really know any dogs that your dog can just hang out with like me. Like, I don't know anyone who has a dog that he could just go to play with, you know? I know one person, but she's up in a different state than me, so it's unreasonable to go up there every day for him to play, you know? So I think just having a dog around will be good for him and good for the dog and good for me because I love puppies and dog training, obviously, and everything else. So that's the update. But I know now, again, to never let my dog at an off-leash dog park. So I've learned my lesson. Please don't bash me for it because I have learned there's no reason to bash someone who is literally admitting their mistake. And that's not easy to admit that if I just didn't take my dog that day, he would not have gotten attacked. That is not easy to admit. So, like someone commented on YouTube, like, don't take your dog to dog parks when I was literally, or don't take your medical equipment to dog parks when I was literally talking about my dog getting attacked and how bad and awful I felt for it. Like, yeah, kick me down when I'm already on the floor, bawling my eyes out because I feel so guilty over this. He's fine. I'm so thankful for early neurological stimulation training. My camera's going to die, so that is it. But he's completely fine, able to work, no problem. So my camera is at 1 bar, so I'm going to go so I don't have to change out batteries mid-session. So please like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things. And I will hopefully see you sooner than whenever my last video was. Bye, guys. Okay. Filming done. Oh. Okay.
Rising up like a phoenix.